Are there jobs in Portugal? What kind of jobs can I get in Portugal as a foreigner or as an international student in Portugal? There are jobs and there are no jobs in Portugal. What am I trying to say? I've seen people who arrived Portugal and have been in Portugal for 1 year, 2 years. They've been searching for jobs back to back and they haven't gotten any job. And I've also seen people who arrived Portugal between the space of 1 month and 6 months. They were able to get a job. Now, I'm not trying to scare you, but I'm trying to let you know about the reality of things, especially when it comes to job in Portugal. Hey everyone, welcome again to this channel. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about job opportunities in Portugal for international students and foreigners. So if you are looking for a way to earn while studying or working legally in Portugal, this is for you. Do not forget to like this video, subscribe if you haven't done so, and share to create awareness. Thank you. Now let's dive right into the topic of the day. The very first job I'll be talking about is for everyone, international students or foreigners. Now, that first job would be a customer service job. Customer service call center jobs are very rampant in Portugal. In fact, almost all foreigners are into the customer service job. When you ask anybody who is in Portugal, what kind of jobs are you doing, especially for students, they tell you they're working as a customer service agent. Yes, because that's basically the jobs where you can find English speakers at, okay? But the problem is there are 1,001 people searching for this same job and it is very competitive. Customer service and call center jobs in Portugal are highly competitive because a lot of English speakers are here who want to get the same job. So if you don't know how to speak Portuguese, if you don't know any other language aside English, it is very difficult to get these jobs. You have to put in effort. It now depends on the amount of effort, the amount of time, the strength you put into searching for jobs that would determine how fast you can get a job. Okay? Now, if you are knowledgeable in terms of language, if you have skills in German, French, or Spanish language, you can earn more in a customer service role. So they pay them more. If you are multilingual and you can speak these languages, I bet you would find it easy to get a job because you know these languages and you're going to earn more than an English speaker. Imagine an English speaker can earn between 870, 1,000, 1,200, and even 2,000. But again, don't quote me wrong. When I say 2,000, it depends. But it's going to be from 870, 1,000, 1,200, and 1,005. Okay? And this will depend on the bonuses and the incentives that are being organized or being given by the company you're working for or the organization you're working for. So the amount of bonus they decide to give you will determine the amount you would receive at the end after adding your base salary and the bonuses and incentives. Okay? So that will determine your gross salary or your net salary after taxes. All right, so that's that on customer service. Again, let me just chip this in for customer service and any other jobs as well in general. In Portugal, there are also chances to make more on the night shift, although it is not easy for students to work on the night shift while working. But if you can, that's all good. It's not healthy, but if you can, all good. So there is also this law in Portugal whereby you earn a particular percent from your salary when you work on the night shift. For I think from 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. you earn 25% additional on your pay, and then if you work between 12 a.m. and 5 a.m. you earn 50% additional from your pay, okay, per hour. So that's how it is in Portugal. Now the next job I'm going to be talking about will be on hospitality. Now for hospitality, we all know that Portugal is a tourist country where tourists come in yearly. So in terms of tourism and hospitality, there are hotels, there are cafes, there are restaurants that need workers, but then they require Portuguese. There are very few of them that want English speakers. So most times they'll ask you, do you know how to speak Portuguese? Because they still want to be able to communicate in Portuguese, okay? Because it's the Portuguese country, so you have to understand the language. So it's very competitive because the amount of people searching for these jobs are higher than the amount of jobs in Portugal. So if you are able to learn Portuguese before coming, it's going to be a very good help to you, okay? Another job I'm going to be talking about would be on Uber, driving. So if you can drive and you have your driving or your driver license, when you get to Portugal, there is a good benefit in Portugal where you can exchange your driver license to a Portuguese one if your driver license is among the bilateral one. I am going to be making a video on how to exchange your driver license soon. Stay tuned for that. And another good thing is if you're able to drive and you have a driver license, when you get to Portugal, you can work as an Uber driver or a delivery rider for Glovo or Bolt, right? But this one, before you're able to work as an Uber driver, even if you have a driver license in Portugal, you have to go through this TVDE professional activity. So you have to be registered under this sector, which registers you to work as a driver professionally. Okay, it has to be done. Without this, you cannot drive professionally in Portugal. So you have to do this. It's at least, I think it's 3 weeks to 1 month for the TVDE classes. You have to go to the class and write the exam and get the card for the TVDE, which allows you to professionally drive in Portugal. Okay, so this is that. And when I tried to make inquiries on how much they earn for Uber drivers in Portugal, I learned they earn about 1,000 to 1,500, even to 2,000, depending on the number of hours you are able to work. And again, remember, if you don't have the car to do the Uber, you're going to have to give some percent to whoever gave you the car or the company or the organization you're working for. So you're going to pay half some percent, okay? It's definitely going to be commission or percent based. So that's that on Uber. And again, if you can drive, there are also job opportunities in Portugal where they would require driving. Again, remember, it's a tourist country. So for those visitors or tourists that comes into the country, and then there are jobs where they would need drivers to pick up. So they call it car rental jobs. So you pick up people, or when they rent a car, you need to drive the car to those people to pick them up, or pick up at the airport to their home addresses, or to drive them or to tour them around the city. These kind of jobs are there. So if you have a driver license, it's an opportunity. When you have this kind of jobs, you can go, of course, and grab the opportunity. All right, that's that on driving in Portugal. The very next one I'm going to be talking about will be on skilled workers. Now, skilled workers are there for both students, foreigners, expats, full-time, part-time. If you know IT and tech, it is competitive again. But this determines and will depend on how much or how far you step on your game, how much effort you put into searching for these jobs. Okay, there are IT jobs in Portugal for software development, cybersecurity, data analysis, digital marketing. So these jobs are there. There are websites where you can search for these jobs and find them. So you have to just keep searching. Okay, every day apply for jobs, 10, 12 applications, send it out every day. Do not relent. I'm sure you will get something if you put in that much effort. Okay, they have these jobs and they pay quite well if you are able to get one of these ones. And another job I'm going to be talking about would be for engineering and construction. Now, this job is also there in Portugal, and if you know how to work in this sector for engineering and construction, I just want you to be aware that it is tedious. Okay, for international students, it might be very stressful to do this one and work as well, as it is very hectic. But then I think they pay them from 870 to 1,000 or a little bit more. I don't know how much. I don't have a specific amount on how much they pay them, but they are there. And the way you can find this job is to go to recruitment agencies in Portugal. It's very hard to get these ones on job sites, so you have to go to the recruiting agencies in Portugal to get this particular type of job. Okay, I'm also going to be making another video on job sites and those recruiting agencies where you can get this kind of jobs. Again, there are a lot of people searching for jobs in Portugal, so competition is high. It depends on how much effort you put. Okay, now if you're thinking about healthcare jobs in Portugal, I know you might be wondering, what about healthcare? Healthcare in Portugal is second to none because you don't know Portuguese. If you don't know Portuguese, please take off your mind. Don't have your hopes high. You can't work as a caregiver or as a medical assistant or as a nursing assistant in Portugal if you cannot speak Portuguese. So please do not have your hopes high on this one. Okay, if you find something that's in English, all good, but then it is second to none. Okay, that's why I'm not going to talk much on this. Now, the next one I'm going to be talking about, or the last one, it would be on agriculture and farming. They have agriculture and farming, but this job is a seasonal job. This one can only be gotten through these recruiting agencies. They rarely post them on site. And then if you do, you can find those sites as well, but then it's easier if you go to those recruiting agencies and they will tell you when these jobs are open. And they are actually done outside Lisbon. They are at the villages. Okay, these kind of jobs are those ones where you go to pick berries like strawberries, olives, those fruits that you have to pick. And these ones are done again seasonally, either during winter or summer. So once you finish, they pay you for that particular period that you have worked, and that's it. You can't get this one as a full-time or whatever. It's a seasonal job, and it is actually tedious as well. You have to leave your city to the city where they need workers, and I think they provide you with accommodation as well there. So yeah, that's basically all I'm going to be talking on jobs today. And the websites where you can find this job would be on indeed.pt, indeed.pt. That's the Indeed Portugal website for job application. And we have the LinkedIn. You can keep searching. A lot of jobs are there, but again, it is competitive. Make sure you put in your profile properly, create an Europass CV, use the right keywords, again, use the right keywords. I know what I'm saying. Okay, when you use the right keywords to prepare your CV, employers would contact you. So make sure you do that, and also apply every day, 12, 13, 15 jobs every day, and I'm very sure you would find something. I wish you all success on your arrival to Portugal, and I hope you all get jobs according to your desires. Okay, but again, you have to put in the effort. And remember, as a student, you have to work 20 hours per week for international students. Okay, you have to, but it depends on the schedule of your classes. If it's not tedious, and for master students, most of them, and PhD students have lesser schedule, so you can work your way around working more hours as a student. Okay, and yeah, remember, you have to have a residence permit to work in Portugal. If you don't have a residence permit, you cannot work in Portugal. This is very important. Before you start applying for that job, make sure you have all your documents ready, your health number, your social security number, your tax ID identification number, and your residence permit. These are the criteria that you have to meet before you're going to get a job in Portugal. Okay, so that's all I'm going to be sharing with you all today regarding jobs in Portugal. If you found this helpful, like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you very much and have a good one. Bye.